watching the night sky or a beautiful sunrise. There's so much they hold, and just like them old stars, I see that you've come so far to be right where you are. How bold is your soul? I won't give up on us, even if the skies get rough. I'm giving you all my love. I'm still looking up, and when you're needing your space to do some navigating, I'll be here patiently waiting to see what you find. 'Cause even the stars, they burn. Some even come to the earth, and we've got a lot to learn, and God knows we're worth it. No, I won't give up. I don't want to be someone who walks away so easily. I'm here to stay and make the difference that I can make. Our differences, they do a lot to teach us how to use the tools and gifts we got. Yeah, we got a lot at stake. And in the end, you are my friend. And yes, we did intend for us to work. We didn't break, we didn't burn. We had to learn how to bend without our world caving in. I had to learn what I got and what I'm not and who I am. And I won't give up on us, even if the skies get rough. I'm giving you all my love. I'm still looking up, still looking up. I won't give up on us. God knows I'm tough enough, and we've got a lot to learn, and God knows we're worth it. I won't give up on us, even if the skies get rough. I'm giving you all my love. I'm still looking up.
Hello and welcome to our Sunday service. In this meditation, we are going to receive empowerment, strength, and support our manifestation. Now please relax, give yourself space to meditate for a few minutes. Let go of any distractions. Trust that everything important will come to you in the right moment. Just notice your body relaxing. Just make sure that you're comfortable and follow your breath. Breathe in and out consciously. And notice how energizing it feels to be conscious with your breathing. Notice your heart space. Connecting with yourself. You can ask yourself, what am I going through at the moment? How am I feeling? And what is it that I'm currently manifesting? What am I working on? What is my manifestation? Then ask yourself if there's anything about this manifestation that does not yet feel so good. What is that feeling that is presenting here? Allow yourself to be present with this feeling. Breathe into it, get very close with it, and just give it all of your presence. Give yourself all the love that you need here. It's safe for you to love fully. And as you do that, remember your manifestation. And remember that you are healing here, inviting faith in your manifestation process. Really feel your manifestation coming to fruition. Notice any feelings arising here. If there's any feelings such as disempowerment showing, just allow yourself to let it go, release it. And really choose your divine power. Choose your divine strength here. Let the divine move through you and support you in your manifestation. Receive all of that power and let it really ground into you, into your body. Having gratitude for yourself and the divine supporting you. And then take another deep breath and enjoy the rest of our Sunday service today.
Hello, I am Kanisha and I will be doing today's card reading, and we will be pulling from the Surrender deck, the Power of Surrender cards from Judith Orloff. And I have pre-shuffled, so let's get started. Our first card is Surrender to your soul's path. Your life's journey has been perfectly designed for your soul's growth. Embrace every lesson and every moment. Yeah, so what I love about this card is that it really helps you relax into knowing that everything that comes up for you is perfectly designed for your soul's growth and for the growth of your union. I have learned that when things come up, it's because God knows that I am ready to move through it, and He trusts that I am capable of moving through it. I used to think that when lessons would come up or situations would come up that I had done something wrong to have maybe not such a fun lesson show up in my reality. But in truth, it was just helping me go deeper into loving myself, going deeper into surrendering to the process of doing my inner work and healing and choosing love in that space, and also learning how to go to God. And when I really started to master this, I recognized that my healing just got better and my reality started to get even better because I wasn't manifesting so many contrasting lessons because I was choosing love, I was choosing peace. That doesn't mean that you won't have some hard lessons come up or that you won't have hard things to work through, but you do find that it becomes a little bit easier to move through, and that each and every time you start to surrender a little bit quicker, you start to let go a little faster, and you don't fight so much through the process. You release the resistance and you choose to just feel your feelings, give yourself the love that you need, and really move through the process with God. So know that it's safe to fully surrender to your soul's path, that everything that comes up is perfectly for you. And another thing that comes up is to not compare your journey to other people's journey, because everyone's journey is unique and everyone is going to relatively learn the same lessons. They will all just look a little different on the outside. So know that it's safe to completely surrender and that everything is working out perfectly for you. The second card is Surrender to the wisdom of your body. It says, listen to your body's message about a person or a situation. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, be cautious. If you're energized and happy, move forward. Oh, I love this card. So the more that you go into your inner work and the deeper that you go into this process of purifying your consciousness, you will find that you become very sensitive to the energies that you surround yourself with. When I really started paying attention to myself and being very present with myself and my feelings, it became very, very profound of those who were there because they felt like they could get something from me, whether it was my energy, my love, and attention, and those that were there because they genuinely wanted to have a connection with me. They genuinely wanted to have that equal give and take energy, and they wanted to receive but also give all at the same time, and they genuinely loved me. And I really loved that this work helped me be able to have that discernment and to be able to feel and see when something was truly aligned with me and when something wasn't. And so I really found that this work helped my life just expand and grow in ways that I didn't think it could. And it really did get better with every mirror exercise, with every upset that I truly work through and heal at the core. I could see my reality changing because I was changing within. And I really loved that I could trust myself. I could trust my intuition. I could trust that feeling that would come up that let me know that this is for you or it's not. And that allowed me to really start to trust deeper in the process of knowing that God was bringing things into my life to help me get clear on that. He was bringing people in my life to help me get clear on that, but really it was just me learning how to truly trust God and myself and trust that my inner work was working. And if something felt out of alignment, I could just do my inner work and come into alignment there and release the thing that wasn't for me. And then our last card is surrender to receiving support and love. It says, allow the love and support of others in rather than trying to handle everything yourself. This can take the pressure off and simultaneously nurture you. Yeah, so on this journey, one of the things that I have been healing is really allowing myself to receive support and love and not hiding when I'm moving through an upset or where I feel like I've done something wrong and I'm being shown something or I'm being disciplined in a space. I would tend to go into hermit mode and hide and heal. And then once I was healed, I would like come out into the light and share. But it's really important that you know that this community is here for you at any point in any time of your journey. If you're in the middle of the upset and it looks like the darkest place that you've ever been, this community is here to help you through that. And it's up to you to receive that support and that help. And it's also up to you to ask for it. And one of the things that I've really learned is that when you ask, you shall receive. And so God is always going to love you perfectly through your gurus, through your brothers and sisters in the community, through just the work and the teachings of unionism. It's really important that you are allowing yourself to fully receive that and to be completely open and then to share it with those that God asks you to share it with. So I hope you enjoyed this and enjoy the rest of the service.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Sunday service. I'm Christy and I have the privilege of introducing today's sermon by Jason and Chrissy about the topic It's Getting Better. And I feel it's a very important topic to feel into and to speak about because we all kind of need this encouraging reminders along our journey, especially when you're moving through a deep transformation or upheaval on your journey where it sometimes feels like, oh my gosh, I'm going backwards, while in truth you're just having a breakthrough. And what was coming up like this week was I saw a comment under the mirror exercise video on YouTube that somebody asked like if it's normal that after doing the mirror exercise that you cry so much. And I was feeling into like how important it is, especially when you're new on the journey, but also when you're like studying the teachings like since a long time, that it's very important to always feel your feelings and that you never have to be afraid of it, because I feel that's the main problem also in society and humanity, that often we are afraid to feel the pain that is deeply suppressed, or afraid what could come up, or that there would be something dark even inside of us, what is not true, because God created us like as only love, right? And the more awareness you bring within, you will see that you're only love and nothing else, right? There is no like nothing wrong with you. It's just that we made sometimes choices along our journey, but it's never to feel bad or to punish yourself, but to just make a new healthy choice and to move forward. And so I felt like it was a very important question, like for the collective consciousness. And what God also guided me to do the last weeks was starting to watch the series Vampire Diaries. And I was kind of surprised, and I never watched it before, like because it has always a reason why God is showing you something, and there might be a lesson. So when I started watching it, it was more about the twin flame story, right? It felt kind of very romantic and how much they were in love with each other and for eternity. And I was also studying about narcissistic abuse, especially at this time when I started. And it was like coming up that in this series, especially like the vampires had these kind of traits of narcissism, or they had kind of this button inside of themselves that they could just push, and they let go of all their humanness and their empathy, and they just don't care anymore, and they're just killing people. But often the reason why they did that, the vampires, was that they were just afraid of the pain. They didn't want to deal with the pain that was deep inside of them. And I felt like God was sharing this message with me too, that and to help our collective consciousness with everybody, that most people are afraid to feel their feelings, and that this is the reason for numbing out and to maybe kind of shy away to do the inner healing work or to face their upsets and their problems. But like the more you love yourself, it's very normal that you bring the trash out, because when you do the mirror exercise, for example, and you bring loving awareness there, you love yourself completely, your vibration gets higher. Like the burdens that you might feel before, you're releasing them. And we do that by feeling our feelings. And it doesn't have to be traumatic, right? You can choose to feel them peacefully and to let go of all resistance to feel your feelings. And it just gets better. Like this sermon is called to. And you feel just lighter in your energy, like in your whole vibration. I can also feel it like inside of my body, for example. What I manifested in this lifetime, especially like within my body, based on the separation consciousness, was that since birth, my body is lacking an enzyme, and because of that, I got aware, like in my when I was 22, with doctors, that my heart was double as thick as normal, and you could see garbage on it with the ultrasound. And it was because I have like such a big heart, like many of us, like you want to heal the world, right? You care about people. And but I was not able to set boundaries, and I didn't know how to, right? Nobody taught me that I have this divine rights, and you will learn that with the teachings of union to do that. And so because of that, like I took on all the garbage and the burden and the false responsibility, like for other people. And yeah, your body is showing you that, like all these unconscious choices. So that it's my main topic, like to learn. And I feel that is also important for everybody to learn how loving it is to set boundaries. And like my coach Chrissy always says, like with the energy transference, right? It was like I took on all the energies of others, and often, especially like when you are a child and you don't know how to do that, yeah, you're really like taking on these burdens, right? And you learn with the teachings of union, your divine rights, like who you are, how powerful you are, and how loving that is. And I also got aware that the more I loved myself, right, with the mirror exercise, and I cared for myself and I have compassion, the more I'm able to care about other people, right? The whole humanity, I can hold space for them. The more I feel grounded and embody the teaching, I can like spiritual, emotional support and being there for them. And so it's always getting better the more you study the teaching, the more you love yourself. It's really like a God through our gurus, Jeff and Shaleia. It's the ending of all darkness, of all suffering. And so I can just recommend to, if you don't have already, like check out the products on twinflamesuniverse.com. These all are healing tools, no matter what product you feel guided to. Everything package is, of course, like the best way to go there and the best deal to do and to make. But you will heal automatically, and it will just get better and better on your journey. And it's also like very loving, like to join the Facebook group, the Twin Flames Universe Open Forum Facebook group, where you will receive a lot of support along your journey. You can ask any questions. There is a lot of like reminders from quotes of the teachings or healing stories. You can share also your story, because we heal all as one, and we all need that, right? These reminders, these encouraging words. It's kind of like so uplifting, and by studying the teachings like every day as your daily bread, and you will feel like how you felt before studying the teaching or doing the inner work, and how you feel now, right? And so I also invite you to our website unionism.org, and you can also donate or tithe, like to spread this message and the teachings with all of the world, right? That there is an end of all suffering, and that you will find it there, and it will just get better. And it's such an honor for me to share the teaching with the world and with you all. And so now I invite you to enjoy the powerful sermon by Jason and Chrissy.
Welcome, everyone, to another Church of Union Sunday service. Thank you for joining us today. We are Jason and Chrissy,
Hello, welcome everyone.
your executive minister of Union for today's service. Let us begin with our 3 opening ohms, followed by our opening prayer. We can all take a deep breath in and join us out loud or mentally.
I am the only child of God, forever part of Him. I am created by Him in perfection, and there I always remain. My mind is my sanctuary, where I keep His holy creation sacred. I will only allow in His voice. I will only accept His word. Today, I will hear the word of God. I surrender myself to His teachings through His divine channel. I will honor what He has spoken and accept it as His will. I will be obedient to His word, for this is my salvation. In Christ's name, amen.
So, what's our sermon here today?
Well, today I want to talk to you about. I just want to talk a little bit about an inspirational quote we got when we received our book from Jeff and Shaleia. The quote in our book was, "It gets better."
Gets better.
It was perfect for us, and it really jived with the class that we want to reference today. It was Wednesday 1 class 10, and it was really about coming into your personal power on your spiritual journey, what that looks like and what that feels like, and a little bit about that and what happens when you dedicate your life to your spiritual work.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, does it get better?
Yeah, absolutely. As you continue to do the work and you really dedicate yourself to the mirror exercise, and as a unionist, we really go with the commandments of loving God and loving thyself, right? So as you live from that space, you'll instantaneously receive miracles as you do this work. And that's only the result of miracles within yourself that you've performed within yourself by loving yourself and doing the healing work and making different choices by believing in yourself and following your bliss, that those things occur.
Yeah. I mean, this kind of brings me back to maybe very, very, very beginning of TFAS and just learning the mirror exercise, and like, just not having done something like that before, and like remembering um how many things I wrote down in a notebook, like just sheets of this is what I'm upset about, this is what I'm upset about, this is what I'm upset about, this is what, and just like wow, like the amount of things that I'm upset about is kind of staggering.
Mhm.
And uh, noticing how I felt at that time, and in that very beginning moment, and uh, like, am I ever gonna transcend like this feeling? Am I ever gonna like go beyond where I'm at right now? And you
Like the
know,
struggle, you
yeah,
know?
it was just
Mhm.
like the perspective was like, oh my God, like how am I gonna get from here to there?
Yep.
It almost seems like a ridiculous mountain, um,
Mm.
but like got there,
You got
right?
there.
Climbed that mountain, and um, man, I remember when I came to Missouri, and for the first, when I came to Missouri for the first time, and how much different I felt from, when from the very beginning to then,
Mm.
and like uh, it was, I mean, it was pretty mind blowing to me that how much has had changed in my life, how different I felt about life and myself, and a whole mess of things. It was pretty like eye opening to me, I think.
I love that. Like, it's all about following that feel good feeling. And when you have something within you, within inside you that doesn't feel good, it's about making a new choice and moving, just not sitting with it, not avoiding it, not, you know, I'll get to it later, just really sitting with it in the present moment. And I remember in a class once where you were moving through a pretty big like block, and all you could do is like throw a tennis ball against a wall. You were like,
Oh,
and like you were just sitting there throwing the tennis ball against the wall, feeling your feelings, processing things that were going on, really taking some space to just process the healing and integrate what you were, the new choices you were making. And then like your business blew up. And, like you got all these clients and all this movement. And that's what happens when you heal a really big block. It shifts. Everything in your reality will shift. If you feel dissonance, if you have bad feelings, if you're consistently in a block and feeling a bad feeling and there's dissonance there within you, that really means that there's two conflicting thought forms going on within you. There's one that is the truth that's being presented to you that you're being invited to walk into. And then there's the old paradigm or the old way of thinking that's skewed or is a misunderstanding of the truth that feels bad. And what we do as unionists, as simply look at it like a scientist and say, what's the truth here? What feels good to me based on the truth, not what's pleasurable to me, but what feels good to me, what is good for me, and how do I move forward? And sometimes you might realize that you don't know the truth, or you don't know what the truth is, or like you think you know the truth, you think this is the thing, but like your reality is communicating to you that it's not. Your reality is communicating to you something different. You have to be willing to listen to your experiences because they're telling you something. The experiences that you're consistently having is a communication from the universe that something is off, that you want to really dig down deep here and look at it. If you're consistently experiencing the same thing over and over and over again, then there's something that's not being addressed in your reality that's conflicting with the truth of something, right? And you want to do the mirror exercise and work with a coach and really dive into an education that's going to support you in gaining that clarity.
mm. Yeah, the you have to learn the lesson of the cycle, right, in order
Mhm.
to
Yeah.
transcend the cycle or the pattern. Otherwise, you just repeat it until you do learn those all of those lessons. Yeah.
Mhm. So like let's talk about like I feel like you just moved through something very like tangible in this way, and like you were feeling you're moving through something where you were feeling isolated, you're feeling disconnected, you were feeling like really like down, and you transcended it by, calling in God, doing the new exercise, and really choosing to connect and partner with God.
Mhm.
And so, how was that experience for you as you were experiencing that cycle of like constantly feeling like you're hitting a wall?
Mm. Yeah, I don't know. I think that like it was it's just like one of those things where you're like, uh, I'm tired of. I noticed that I'm experiencing this thing, and you know, I can I can go through the progressions of it where um, it comes up, and you know, I get like uh, cantankerous about it or whatever, and then like work through it, and
That
then
was a big word.
yeah, was it okay? And then work through it, and then it might like um, resolve a portion of it or something, and then like
Mm.
it comes back again,
It rears its nasty
rears its
head.
head again, like
Mhm.
at some point, and
Yeah.
it happens again, whatever. And so like I think it's just like one of those moments where you're like, I just don't want to experience this anymore, and you kind of like dissect it, and um, just you just want to get to the bottom of it, and make a new choice, and learn the lesson of it, so that like
Right.
you don't have to continue to experience that
it
thing.
it does get like that, and it's a very new feeling when you're walking into it, so it can feel very visceral and tangible, as like you're sitting in it, and it's like you don't know where you're going, but it feels good, and letting go of whatever's in your heart or weighing you down also feels good, but you've been so comfortable with the unpleasant feeling that you've been sitting in for so long. It's kind of like, it disguises itself as, like, a comforting friend, and you really wanna let that go, and because I promise you, what's on the other side is better. And so letting go of what's comfortable, letting go of what you might think you know, or who you think you are, or some kind of identity you're holding on to of yourself, as you let that go and you open up and create space within yourself to really find out, to really call in God and explore yourself, that's when it gets really juicy. That's when it gets really, you know, miracles start to happen and your life starts to shift and you see things actually change in your environment, in your experience of life. Your life force picks up, more energy is coming in, and it's all because you've let go of this thing that doesn't serve you. And it's safe to let go of something that doesn't serve you. And if you're concerned whether you're letting go of something good or bad, let it go, give it back to the universe, and if it is yours, it will always come back to you. Always, right? And so like trust the process here, have faith, and try it on and really see what happens when you let go of the thing you're clutching onto and the cycle that you're so used to and comfortable in, and do the work associated with transcending, with switching vortexes, with ascending.
Mhm.
Mhm. Through this process, it's so incredibly important to practice forgiveness. And when you're looking at it, forgiveness is just the choice of letting go, choosing to let it go. Forgiveness is a choice to let go of, right? And there's no parameters or requirements needed for forgiveness. No one has to do something, or you don't have to do anything to forgive yourself. It's just a choice. There's no requirements that are needed to be met to forgive. Just let go of, be compassionate with yourself and others always, and really, like release whatever it is that's holding you back and catapult into something better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's um, you know, I think guilt is a big driver in like feeling bad a lot of
Mhm.
times, and that forgiving yourself for mistakes or errors or choices that were made at in the past or whenever is well, you're allowed to do that, right? So you can give yourself permission to forgive yourself, and also um, you kind of owe it to yourself to do that for yourself, because like um, that guilt, that shame, like really eats away at you, and you there's no reason to hold on to anything like that.
Yeah. Guilt is the only purpose of it is to separate you from God. And so if you really see guilt as a being or has a purpose, its purpose is to keep you separate from God. That's all it does. And so you can let it go, realizing that God doesn't desire you to hold guilt, to hold shame, right? Just let it go. Forgive yourself and choose God in that space. Something else I want to talk about here as we talk about getting better and things getting better on your journey is realizing the primary indicator um, on your twin flame journey of progress. It's not your twin flame. Your twin flame is not the indicator of your progress with God, not the primary one. Okay? The primary indicator of your progress with God, with romancing God, with your union, is how you feel inside. Are you feeling better? Are you moving through your upsets? Have you resolved them? That's it. Are you feeling better?
It's nice to have your twin flame,
Oh,
though, right?
oh yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah, you like having me around, huh?
Sure.
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely. It's an achievement. It's
I set
achievement.
myself up for that.
Yeah, you did. It's an achievement to have your twin flame with you. Absolutely. It's an indicator of a spiritual mastery, of unconditional love. And it's such an incredible gift. It truly, truly is. But like I
It's not
love
like
my
the
yeah,
sole purpose for
exactly.
um, taking on this journey. Like, uh, oh, I'm gonna get my twin flame and then I'm out. Like
Yeah.
then I'm gonna bounce on all of it, on everything. Like, then it's just gonna ride off into the sunset. That's not really how it works. You want it like your whole relationship with your twin flame is based on your relationship with God. So like
Mhm.
there has to be that foundation and stability there with your relationship with God in order to have a harmonious relationship with your twin flame. And you want to continue to deepen and harmonize with God so that you do the same with your twin flame, right? Like that's not the ending point when you come into harmonious union. It's certainly one of the very beginning points,
Yeah,
right?
it's just
There's
the
a
beginning.
um, there's
There's so
plenty
much to
plenty
do.
to do together, and
Mhm.
you you certainly want that. You certainly want it to get better and to continue to get
Mhm.
better um, as you go.
It's a spiritual life. And so something to always remember is the four pillars of a spiritual life, right? It's your relationship with God, your relationship with Guru, your relationship with Guru's work and teachings, and your relationship with your spiritual community. The four pillars of a spiritual life will get you so far on this journey. And when you're thinking about your twin flame and coming into harmonious twin flame union, really reflect on your purpose, your twin flame purpose. What are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with it? Right?
That's a good question for someone to ask themselves. Like,
Mhm.
what do you plan on doing with your union or your harmonious union once you get
Mhm.
it? Is there a plan there? Or is it just, oh, I just want it and then I don't know what?
Right. Really think on your purpose. Really spend time grounding into that. Right. And realize that it's a beautiful relationship. It's a beautiful thing, and appreciate it. Many people have the habit of looking at the flaws of something, like looking at the flaws of a relationship, or looking at the thing that, you know, they don't have, but rarely do they truly appreciate the beauty within. And if you're on this journey and you're working this and you're doing this work regularly and you're loving yourself, there's beauty there for you. There's gratitude there for you. There's an incredible inner life blossoming within you. And all you need to do is continue to tend to your garden. Continue to work the garden of your mind, pull the weeds when they pop up, deal with whatever's not growing, tend to it, nurture your life, nurture your mind, and focus on how it feels, not how it looks. Okay. Good. So do you have anything else, babe? You feel that that's good?
Yeah, I think that's pretty solid.
That's pretty solid. All right, everyone. We're going to invite you into our closing prayer and alms. Please join us.
Father, I accept your word into my heart. I will honor your will in my life and will follow you without hesitation anywhere you ask. I know you guide me into your heart where I belong. I accept that you are everywhere and your teaching is in all things. God, I know you provide me clarity in this teaching of union that I may be forever in union with you. I accept that you are in me as you are in my brother. I will not deny my brother your word and will share your teaching with him in any way you ask and only as you ask. For when I share my salvation with him, I fully claim my salvation and return to you with him. In Christ's name, Amen.
Speaking this prayer in your heart means you have accepted that you are on the path of awakening to your true divine nature. This is what it means to be a unionist. Follow the teachings of union with God wherever you find them and purify your consciousness into perfect union with your Creator. So now, please join us by taking a very nice deep breath in and chant out loud or within your heart.
Thank you so much for joining us. We will see you next time.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Welcome back, everyone, and thank you very much, Jason and Chrissy, for the beautiful Sunday service. And I really loved when they were speaking about the moment you start doing your first mirror exercise, you will experience miracles in your life. And I'm a living testimony of that. And I can just share from my own journey that it was the same procedure every day before, right? You were just working for the weekend till Friday and nothing much changed. And suddenly, since starting applying the teaching and studying it and loving myself with the mirror exercise daily, it was kind of light speed that my life transformed for the better. And I just feel even younger, like every day, and lighter in my body, and right, the heaviness on your shoulders that you were carrying before, you just feel like more relaxed. And of course, your body is like very grateful, like for all the healing that you are doing. You will feel that. And the second thing I also loved was when they were saying that numbing out just feels bad. It's so true. Like sitting in the feelings. And of course, before we didn't know all that there's a solution for every problem, but there is. And I remember Jeff said once that everybody has their own limit to experience a certain amount of contrast in your life before you're making a new loving choice. But you don't have to wait till it's really bad, right? You can love yourself right now and try it out for yourself, right? Starting to do one mirror exercise. Everybody has upsets. We all have to. We are in perfect union with God, and nobody of us is yet, but there is an end to it. And also, like, I want to share that there's an upheaval support guide on the TFU page, and we can also share the link with you, like under the video in the box or in the comments. It's really supportive, right? There's a lot of support for you out there. I can just speak for myself. I receive weekly coaching, and many of us, you deserve all the support. We are all one child of God, and we heal collectively. And it's so juicy to do it together and to share your journey. Like I said before in the Facebook group, Twin Flames Universe Open Forum, right? There's a lot of support where you can ask any questions, or starting like with the book or whatever feels good to you, and starting a loving relationship when you feel ready with an Ascension coach who guides you like through the teaching, that you feel like constantly supported and you can really relax and you feel very good on your journey. And I want to invite you now to check out our website unionism.org, where you not only find the previous sermons, but also where you can donate or tithe to the Church of Union to spread the message and the teachings that there's a solution for every problem, right? And the end of suffering through our gurus, Jeff and Shaleia. And your voice is important, like your contribution makes a huge impact. And I also invite you to like and subscribe our Church of Union YouTube channel. And you will also find there any discussions. We also have a social impact team, like where we are speaking about the news, what is currently going on in the collective consciousness, and to heal that for humanity as one. It's very juicy and interesting topics. And also any after church tea times, where you will find us now in the Unionism discussion, spiritual discussion group on Facebook. We will link it there. And I invite you to join us there now, right? We discuss now the sermon, and you're welcome to also share from your journey or to ask questions in the comments. We would love to answer them. And yes, so I invite you to join us there, and I wish you a beautiful rest of your Sunday, and take good care, and I'll see you very soon.